Have you ever wondered how France, a country known for its culture, art, and gastronomy, came to be what it is today? To understand the present, we must journey to the past, to the time when what we now know as France was but a canvas waiting to be painted with the brush of history. In the beginning, there were the prehistoric times, a period shrouded in mystery. The land was inhabited by early Homo sapiens, who left behind awe-inspiring cave paintings, a testament to their ingenuity and artistic expression. These first inhabitants set the stage for the rich cultural tapestry that France would later become. As centuries rolled on, a new era dawned. The Celtic Gauls, fierce and proud, made their home in this land. They were a people of warriors and artisans, their culture rich in mythology and folklore. Their society was complex, with a system of tribes and chieftains, each with its own distinct identity. They traded with the Greeks and the Romans, and their influence can still be seen in the French language and culture today. But the Celtic Gauls were not to remain the masters of this land for long. In the 1st century BC, the mighty Roman Empire, under the leadership of Julius Caesar, set its sights on Gaul. The Gauls fought bravely, but they were no match for the disciplined Roman legions. The conquest was brutal and swift, and thus began the era of Roman rule. Under Roman rule, the land was transformed. Cities were built, roads were laid, and the Latin language seeped into the fabric of Gaulish society. The Gauls adopted Roman customs and laws, and in turn they influenced the Romans with their own culture and traditions. This fusion of cultures, this synthesis of the old and the new, laid the foundations for what would later become the French nation. The Roman rule, which lasted until the 5th century, played a pivotal role in shaping France's future. It was a period of growth and transformation, a time when the seeds of France's unique identity were first sown. But as with all great empires, the Roman rule was not to last forever. A new era was on the horizon, and with it, the dawn of a new chapter in France's history. As the Roman Empire crumbled, the Middle Ages dawned, marking a tumultuous, transformative era in France's history. This period, stretching from the 5th to the 15th century, was marked by invasions, the rise of feudalism, and the advent of Christianity. During this time, the Frankish kingdoms rose to prominence. The Franks, a Germanic people, settled in what is now known as France. Their kingdoms, such as those of the Merovingians and Carolingians, played a significant role in shaping the region's future. One of the most notable figures during this time was Clovis, the first king of the Franks, to unite all the Frankish tribes under one ruler. His conversion to Christianity in the late 5th century marked a turning point. The Franks became allies of the Roman Catholic Church, and Christianity spread throughout the region. Monasteries and churches sprang up, becoming centers of learning and culture. The influence of the church in this era was profound, impacting everything from politics to daily life. As we move further into the Middle Ages, we come across a figure whose impact was monumental: Charlemagne. Crowned as the Emperor of the Romans by Pope Leo III in the year 800, Charlemagne's reign signaled the revival of the concept of a unified Western Empire. His rule brought about significant political, cultural, and educational reforms. Under his guidance, the Carolingian Renaissance flourished, marking a period of intellectual and cultural revival. Schools were established, Latin was standardized, and a uniform script was developed, laying the groundwork for modern European written language. However, the Middle Ages was not just about cultural advancements. It was also a time of invasions, power struggles, and the development of the feudal system. Vikings from the north raided the coasts, while internal power struggles led to the fragmentation of territories. The feudal system, a hierarchical structure with the king at the top, became the cornerstone of society. The Middle Ages was a period of invasions, feudalism, and power struggles, setting the stage for the emergence of a centralized monarchy. It was a time of transformation that would shape the course of France's history. From the ashes of feudal chaos, a centralized monarchy began to take shape, forever altering the course of France's history. In the late 10th century, the Capetian dynasty emerged as a beacon of stability amidst the chaotic feudal system. The Capetians were unique, not for their military might or vast wealth, but for their ability to maintain a consistent line of succession. This provided a sense of continuity, a stark contrast to the turbulent power struggles that characterized much of the Middle Ages. Under the Capetians, the seeds of an absolute monarchy were sown. With every generation, the power of the king increased, slowly eroding the influence of the feudal lords. The process was gradual, often punctuated by periods of regression, but the general trend was clear. Power was shifting from the many to the one. The pinnacle of this transformation was reached under the reign of Louis XIV, aptly known as the Sun King. His rule represents the zenith of absolute monarchy in France. Louis XIV took the concept of l'état c'est moi, or I am the state, to heart, ruling with an iron fist and a flair for the dramatic. He centralized power, built the opulent Palace of Versailles, and fostered a culture of extravagant court life, setting the standard for European monarchies. But Louis XIV's reign was not just about grandeur and spectacle. He also implemented significant administrative and military reforms that further consolidated royal power. He centralized decision-making, streamlined bureaucracy, and built a formidable army, making France the dominant power in Europe. Yet the Sun King's reign was also a time of contradiction. While he brought unprecedented power and prestige to the French monarchy, his policies also sowed the seeds of its downfall. His extravagant lifestyle and costly wars left France heavily in debt, setting the stage for a financial crisis that would eventually ignite the French Revolution. The era of absolute monarchy, however, was not to last forever, as the winds of change were about to blow. In the late 18th century, France stood at the precipice of a revolution that would shake the very foundations of the monarchy. The French Revolution, a tumultuous period in French history, began in 1789, driven by social inequality and economic hardship. The absolute monarchy that had ruled France for centuries was no longer capable of responding to these challenges. The aristocracy and the clergy enjoyed privileges that the common people, the Third Estate, could only dream of. This grossly unfair system incited anger and frustration, eventually leading to the revolution. The first significant event of this revolution was the storming of the Bastille on July 14, 1789, a day now celebrated as Bastille Day. This was followed by the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, a document that promised liberty, equality, and fraternity, principles that still define France today. However, the revolution was not without its dark side. The Reign of Terror, a period of intense violence and paranoia, saw the execution of thousands by the guillotine, including King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette. This was a time when the revolution devoured its own children, as the saying goes. The turmoil of the revolution eventually gave way to the rise of a new leader, Napoleon Bonaparte. A remarkable military strategist, Napoleon seized power in a coup in 1800 and crowned himself emperor. He introduced a set of civil laws, known as the Napoleonic Code, which still forms the basis of French civil law today. Napoleon's reign was marked by expansion and conquest, but also by resistance and eventual defeat. His ambition led him to the gates of Moscow and the sands of Egypt, but ultimately to his downfall at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. The French Revolution marked the end of monarchy and the birth of modern France. It was a period of tremendous change and upheaval, a time when the old order was overthrown and a new one was born. It was the dawn of a new era, one that would shape the history of France and the world in the centuries to come. The 19th and 20th centuries brought about unprecedented changes as France navigated through wars, political upheavals, and social transformations. Stepping into the 19th century, France met a figure of towering significance, Napoleon Bonaparte. This Corsican-born military leader rose to power in the aftermath of the French Revolution, crowned himself emperor, and embarked on a series of wars known as the Napoleonic Wars. His legal reform, the Napoleonic Code, remains a cornerstone of French civil law to this day. However, Napoleon's ambition eventually led to his downfall and exile, marking the end of the Napoleonic era. Fast forward to the 20th century, France found itself at the heart of two global conflicts, the First and Second World Wars. The First World War, or the Great War, saw France suffer devastating losses, with entire generations of young men wiped out in the trenches. 2 decades later, The Second World War brought yet another wave of destruction, with France falling under Nazi occupation for 4 long years. The French resistance, however, became a symbol of national pride and defiance during this dark period. In the post-war period, France underwent profound political change. The Fourth Republic, established after the Second World War, struggled with political instability and colonial issues. It was only with the establishment of the Fifth Republic in 1958, under the leadership of General Charles de Gaulle, that France found a stable political system. This system, characterized by a strong executive branch, continues to govern France today. Throughout these turbulent times, France managed not only to survive, but also to thrive. It rebuilt itself from the ruins of war and transformed into a leading global power. It became a founding member of the United Nations and the European Union, asserting its voice on the international stage. Despite the challenges, modern France has emerged as a beacon of culture, democracy, and innovation. France's journey through the modern era is a testament to its resilience and enduring spirit. It stands as an example of a nation that, through struggle and transformation, continues to shape its destiny and influence the world. Today, France stands as a testament to its rich and complex history, its resilience, and its enduring allure. From the days of the Gauls, through the Middle Ages, the rise of the monarchy, the turbulence of the French Revolution, and into the modern era, France has continually evolved, adapting to the changing world while maintaining its unique cultural identity. In the 21st century, France's influence extends far beyond its borders. It is a key player on the global stage, recognized for its contributions to politics, economics, and culture. It's a leader in the European Union, the world's largest economic area, where it plays a pivotal role in shaping policies and agreements that impact over 400 million people. France's cultural impact is also profound. French cuisine, fashion, and art are celebrated worldwide, while the French language remains a symbol of elegance and sophistication. Paris, the city of light, continues to enchant millions with its iconic landmarks and bohemian spirit. Yet, the allure of France extends beyond Paris. From the sun-kissed vineyards of Provence to the majestic peaks of the French Alps, the country's diverse landscapes inspire awe and admiration. In the realm of science and technology, France is at the forefront of innovation. It's home to some of the world's leading tech companies and research institutions, driving advances in areas like artificial intelligence, aerospace, and renewable energy. Despite these achievements, France, like any nation, faces challenges. Economic inequality, climate change, and social integration are issues that it grapples with today. Yet, with its history of resilience and revolution, France continues to strive forward, seeking solutions that reflect its commitment to liberty, equality, and fraternity. The story of France is a tale of transformation and tenacity, a journey through time that continues to unfold. As we look to the future, we can only wonder what new chapters will be written in this remarkable saga of a nation that has endured and thrived through the ages. In our journey through time, we've seen how France evolved from a land of tribes to the cultural powerhouse it is today. Let's take a moment to reflect on the key points of this incredible journey. We began at the dawn of France, a time when the land was inhabited by disparate Celtic tribes. The Roman era brought significant changes, as Gaul, the region that would become France, was conquered and integrated into the Roman Empire. This period saw the rise of cities, roads, and the Latin language, which would later evolve into French. Next, we delved into the Middle Ages, a time of feudalism and chivalry, marked by the construction of grand cathedrals and castles. This era saw the rise of Paris as a major center of culture, learning, and power. The influence of the Catholic Church was paramount, shaping society, politics, and the arts. Then came the rise of monarchy. Powerful rulers like Louis XIV, the Sun King, left an indelible mark on the nation and the world. The Palace of Versailles, the pinnacle of opulence and grandeur, stands as a testament to this time. Yet beneath the glittering surface, social inequality and political corruption festered, setting the stage for revolution. The French Revolution, a tumultuous period of social and political upheaval, radically transformed France. The monarchy was overthrown and France became a republic. This was a time of great bloodshed, but also of profound change. as it heralded the rise of secularism and the ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity. In the modern era, France emerged as a major global power. It endured the ravages of 2 world wars, yet rose from the ashes each time, testament to the resilience of its people. The post-war period saw significant social and economic reforms, transforming France into a prosperous and influential nation. And finally, we arrived at France today. A multicultural society, a leader in arts, science, and gastronomy, France continues to shape the world, staying true to its rich history while boldly embracing the future. And so we leave you with this thought. History is not merely a chronicle of past events, but a living testament to human resilience, adaptability, and the indomitable spirit of progress. The history of France is a compelling example of this, a tale of a nation that has constantly evolved, faced challenges, and emerged stronger. It's a reminder that we too can learn from our past, adapt to the present, and shape our future. A journey through time is not just a study of history, but a celebration of the human spirit.